Distance again, Giles, 200 freestyle for men in the S1 classification.
Well, the S1 class is for those with the most severe impairments, very, very limited motor function.
Here is the lineup for the finalists. 6 swimmers taking the start for the men's 200 freestyle S1 final. 3 Ukrainians in this one. The only swimmer from Greece is KARYPIDIS. And Anton Cole, the youngest in the field, 25-year-old from Ukraine. Next to Hennadii BOIKO, who's dominated the S1 events in recent years. Next to him is MAMISTVALOV making his way in from the side of the pool. That is Francesco BETTELLA from Italy, and there is GOLOVKO.
Well, it's really interesting that you see him pushing on his goggles with his, almost with his wrist. Basically got no finger control, wrist control, to be able to pick those goggles off to place them onto the face.
Tends to be the swimmers in this class, one with affected in all 4 limbs. They will be affected by cerebral palsy or a high spinal injury or similar disabilities. There's MAMISTVALOV making his way over to the center of the pool there, and virtually all of the swimmers will swim backstroke in this because they find it easier to do that, apart from this man in the shot there, MAMISTVALOV from Israel. He is few S1 swimmers that doesn't swim on his back.
Does it more of a classic freestyle. There you go, you can see them being coached, must just hold beat against the touchpad. When the gun goes, all they can do is let go though, they can't push the swimmer in any way. Well, there, perfect example, you can see BOIKO of Ukraine in the red swimming shorts, both arms over together, almost an old English backstroke style. Absolutely no drive really in his entire body, pretty much from the chest down, and he does a great job of keeping his feet high, keeping a high body position. It'd be very, very easy to let the feet collapse and the body position become like a steep gradient, which would push his drag up and mean that he'd have to work much, much harder to get the same speed result that he does.
Yeah, he does a good job cutting down the resistance that he has through the water. MAMISTVALOV there, and veering over to the side of that lane there, and BOIKO, MAMISTVALOV, the world and European record holder there to your right. BOIKO just with that slender lead here. BOIKO, he has dominated the S1 class, but we haven't really seen this event be contested in a major championships for a while. Not this 200. We have, of course, seen the shorter distances, but the 200 is the one that hasn't hit the international program just yet. BOIKO does lead, MAMISTVALOV in second, BETTELLA from Italy, a little bit behind, a couple of seconds behind, and, well, MAMISTVALOV looked like he tried to keep pace with BOIKO there in the early stages, but he's got himself tied up on that lane rope there badly.
Yeah, well, he hit the lane rope and then hit it with his arm, and then I think he hit it with his chin. Possibly took a mouthful of water, and that is going to cause massive problems for him. Moving up in the field in lane number 6, BETTELLA of Italy, and really kind of, you know, very, very similar technique to Hennadii BOIKO. And really, when we see this, the swimmers that tend to win this race are those who can maintain a very even stroke pace throughout the entire 200 meters. Now, I guess there's advantages and disadvantages here as we come into the turn. There's BOIKO looking for the turn. He can't pull on the lane rope. That'll cause him a whole lot of problems. But you can see that BOIKO has got his legs outstretched And so he's in a much more streamlined position than BETTELLA, whose legs are kind of drawn up underneath him. And that's his advantage, but the disadvantage of having those legs is he's got a much longer lever for those legs to potentially sag in the water and push his drag levels and his resistance up.
Especially, of course, when it gets to this stage in the race, when they're in the second half of this race, and they've just gone over the 3-minute mark there. And quite interesting on the kind of range of movement that these guys have at the top of the stroke. The arms going in for BETTELLA, pretty close to his head there, but BOIKO's arms pretty wide, so he's kind of getting less of a propulsion, less of a full kind of pull from his arms. BETTELLA getting a little bit more, but BOIKO maybe a little bit more efficient underwater.
Yeah, well, and someone that we haven't really spoken much about yet is Anton KOL of the Ukraine in lane number 3. Well, 100 meters ago, he was a long way down, but he's eaten into the lead of BOIKO and BETTELLA. I'm not sure if he's just going to run out of pull, but it really is very, very tight between the two leading S1 swimmers. The Ukrainian in the shape of Hennadii BOIKO in lane number 4. And closest to us, Francesco BETTELLA of Italy. Well, it looks, it's very difficult to see this angle. It looks like BETTELLA has just about got the advantage, but as each swimmer pulses with each stroke, the lead jockeys slightly.
It is going to be a very close finish. That is what we can say for sure. Is he going to hold on? BOIKO just manages to put another little bit of effort in, and he's just possibly forging ahead now of BETTELLA. Anton KOL, I think you're right, Giles. He is just going to run out of pull here, and it looks like it may well be Hennadii BOIKO who will take this one. It is very, very close indeed, but Hennadii BOIKO does have the strength at the end, and he takes it ahead of Francesco BETTELLA, who has swum an excellent swim there. The Italian will be delighted. Anton KOL will be delighted because he was very close at the end there. And disappointed man who was right up there at the start will be the man just finishing now, and that's MAMISTVALOV from Israel. Just really lost it when he had those problems with the lane rope, but a good finish from BOIKO, and that's what won him it. BETTELLA just ran out of steam there. BOIKO was the stronger as they came into the end.
Absolutely, and we spoke earlier in the race about how it was so important to evenly pace that stroke rate. Well, BOIKO, same stroke rate going out on the first 50 as he had on the final 50. Well, swimmers still finishing a race. Closest to your screen there in lane number 7, Oleksandr GOLOVKO of the Ukraine, and at the very top of your screen, Dimitrios KARYPIDIS of Greece.
Oh, both of these swimmers, entry times in somewhere around about the 6.5 minutes. Again, as we've said, the most severe disabilities in the Paralympic programme here. And GOLOVKO in 6:32, he'll be pleased with that one. That's an improvement for him. And KARYPIDIS just a 1/10 of a second outside his entry time. So 6 minutes 36 he's swum to do pretty much exactly the same time as his entry time.
Very consistent.
There's
well,
the start. And you see, you talk about Anton KOL coming back. He was 6 seconds down on Hennadii BOIKO after the first 50. There's the Italian, BETTELLA. He challenged all the way.
Well, and there you can see his kind of knees drawn up that we were talking about, and that really that advantage, disadvantage. Well, the winner in the end, well, actually he managed to kind of up his stroke rate into the final 5 meters. He looks just over his shoulder.
He probably would not have been aware of where BETTELLA was, how close he was at the end there.
No, he's very used to having his own way in these kind of races, isn't he? Well, sorry for the slight interruption in transmission there. I very nearly kicked over the commentary desk.
Excitement getting to Giles Long here. Oh, that's a good swim though from Hennadii BOIKO. He takes Francesco BETTELLA will be pleased with his silver medal for Italy, and Anton Cole the bronze for Ukraine.